Wow, this game is longer. This game is longer than I thought.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Wicked.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Wicked. Let's not do that.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Let's just not closing. Back to the boring line again. Back to the boring line again. It went this way, right? Yeah, let's go this way. No, it's the wrong way. Okay, I thought it would do something cool like I did last time. I love how he resets the game and it's just glitching. Alright, this way.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
No, it's my contract, obviously.
Back there? Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Sure. Wahoo! Let's go! I love this song. We're going the wrong way on purpose. Let's go the other way. Epic montage! Wahoo! Wahoo! Here we go. It's me, Mario. 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 I love this song. I didn't know it was from this. No, okay, let's go. Woo! Trippy line. Okay. Whoa! Wait, this might actually be useful. Let's go. Whoa! 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 What's this? It's all blurred out. That is so cool. Let's keep going. Whoa! Oh, he was talking about the zigzag line. Well, let's go. Wahoo! Alright, let's go this way. Ooh, gotta go this way. Ooh, gotta go this way. Whoa, no, I'm not going that way. This way. Let's go find out where. Huh? Okay, wait, here. What? Whoa, that's pretty cool. Let's go that way. Seeing this? What the actual F? Oh, that's bending my mind.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
No. Why? What fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Let's see, it's got a million leaves, it's green, and it's dumb. Okay, got it.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
See what happens if I go back. It will open up a more plot. No? Okay. Alright, let's go back. Unfortunately. We're going back to our mice. Da 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 ba da ba da da ba da da.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
That sucks. He does realize after restarting a gajillion times, reliving the same thing over and over again, we're just gonna get screwed over. And he's...
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
No.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Where? Oh, okay. Let's go. Full out. Falling, going.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Kittens, rainbows, and Super Saiyans.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, I also want giant guns, and I also want exploding kittens. I also want babies that are burning. No, not the ugly ones.
Choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Alright.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere. It means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds to the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
No.
And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh, we have no choice but to enter in that door anyway. Foop. Okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
This is interesting.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this
Fifth
goes?
restart.
It's all determined?
Yeah.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
Holy crap, Stanley dies! Spoilers.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Alright.
guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm
Interesting.
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the
I
destination.
feel like I need
So
some sort
I
of
hope
weapons.
That's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Oh crap. I think someone just restarted it for us. We're not alone. Holy crap. Maybe the boss and the co-workers maybe aren't alone. This is spooking me. This is spooking my butt off. Oh no, now the narrator's gonna forget about the other things, and it was a bookshelf, and I was gonna die.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. This was... username access. I'll have to remember that. Username access. That's weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting
Alright,
room,
so
and
now
Stanley knew
what?
it perfectly well. Perhaps
Oh,
he wanted
the
to
narrator
stop by
forgot about the
employee lounge
restarts.
first, just to admire it. It was okay.
That was it?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay. So the narrator forgot about the rest of the restarts. Okay. So now...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
So now what happens? Okay, so if I went back to the confusion ending, it'd probably get more confusing. So let's go. Let's actually obey this thing for once.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Now let's
office.
go down. Holy crap, new possibilities. This is scaring.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
Okay.
And in such a competitive economy,
What?
why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
What?
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
What?
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
Weird.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Like what?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Yeah, I was wondering
Why
about
did
that.
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
I was still wondering about that
And
too.
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
No,
And
this
at
is so
last,
real.
He came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
What?
He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream.
I'm dreaming! Nah, not really. This is actually a video game.
To have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Yeah, okay.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
Wow, this is
the
actually
ground.
pretty crazy.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star.
Space.
And it too appeared. It was so much
Holy
fun.
crap.
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he
is
remaining
so
so
cool.
lucid? And then perhaps
This is so
the
trippy.
strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Always wondered about this coffee.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Wow!
And while he thought
This
it all
is
very odd, and
deep.
wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility?
Whoa, look at this!
Stanley
ABCs
is
and
as awake
Ds.
right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
This is interesting.
he was certain beyond a
Hang on.
doubt that this was in fact a
Oh,
dream.
I
Did
saw
the
that.
voice
1,
not see
2,
him
B,
float
4.
and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
So weird.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
No.
the fresh air of
No,
the
this is
world
all
outside
wrong.
his
This is all wrong. This never
Let me
happened.
wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife.
He sounds like
My
that guy
job.
from MLG,
All I want
the
is my
text-to-speech
life
guy.
exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
No, you're not.
Everything will be fine.
No, it won't.
I am okay.
No, you're not. I am delusional. Ah, see? I told you I was right.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please,
Holy
just someone
crap.
tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Whoa. Scary. And then...
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh no.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose.
This could have been called the
dressed,
Mariella
gathered her
parable.
belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Whoa.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career,
Holy
and by
crap.
extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down
Wait, can I
at the
move?
body.
No, I can't move.
And
Okay.
then she turned and ran.
Oh, and there goes the ending, which was not supposed to be. Okay, this was the next reload. I think so. This is the 7th one. This is the 7th one. So I think this is the 7th reload. So now, all right. So we're back. All right. Be right back. Now this may look pointless, but it's all.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open books, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Let's
it.
see what it says.
It was okay.
Wow, he's becoming really
But eager
douche.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, okay, let's see what happens if I do that. Let's see what happens.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked
No.
straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Let's see what happens if I went back. Nope, closed. Okay. Let's go.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Weird.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Weird. Right, now let's not go there, because that's a huge rant of insanity. So let's go up here and find the boss, like we were supposed to do, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, executive bathroom. Oh, that wasn't there before. Interesting. Oh, more inputs. I wonder if there's an Easter egg or something.
Stepping into his manager's
Ooh.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled,
holy crap, I
Stanley
forgot the
wondered
thing.
in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Okay.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
0110.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
Just don't type in 2845 and see what happens. 9. No. So he said
Stanley
2845.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845. Oh no, I thought I got it. 284.
2845.
Yeah, I'm trying. 2845. What is going on? 845. 2 8 4.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh yeah, just hang on. I just want to try this. 2 8 4. I bet he's upset that I did that. Alright, let's go. The door opened by itself. Ooh, dark secrets. Pretty sinister. Let's go down. Oh, this reminds me so much of Half-Life, dude. Reset time. Yep. Technically, this isn't a reset. This is a loading thing. Oh wait, this time it says loading. And it said the end is never the end, it's loading. Now it just says loading. That's so cool. This game is so deep. I have no idea what to think about it. It's just amazing. Honestly, I thought this game would be like amazing, like good, but this is better. This is just amazing. Alright.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Nice. Let's go to the thing.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes! Escape! Finally!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Alright.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Hey, it's funny because I'm walking backwards. Oh, snap. I'm walking backwards. Here we go, Pit of Doom. Oh. If this is what a pitiful death looks like, it's pretty sinister. Oh man, more loading screens. Just, dude, stop. Enough with the loading screens. It sucks, man. Why you gotta do this? Why do you gotta do this, man?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
Wait,
Trapped
there's an escape.
forever in his narrow vision of what
There's an escape, there's an escape, there's an
perhaps
escape.
his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
This is close, we're getting
So
close.
he resigned and willingly accepted this violent
Nope,
end
we're done.
to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
See you later, buddy. Let's just make this quick. I got a thing. Huh?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What?
In a single visceral instant,
What?
Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
But that never happened. Holy crap! A female is helping me. Where am I?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
For some reason, it's a female now. I have no problems with it. It's just, why the big change? Holy crap, we're in Rome!
When every path you can walk has